Okay, Laura's going to try to start the engine on the outboard.
Yep.
Go for it. 2 hands, pull hard.
Okay.
First time. First time. It's not as easy when it's cold.
Well, we finished our last lock on the Trent-Severn.
Hey, hooray, hooray.
I'm so happy. And then we went to Penetanguishene, which is really close to Midland, which is right inside the Georgian Bay.
And Heinsohn's Marina was where we stayed at. And they have a really nice big marina and a really nice fuel dock with like 3 pump outs. And then this little snapping turtle came up next to the boat in the grass, so I took some pictures of it. I thought it was cool. We rented a car, and one day we decided to take a trip into Toronto with the crew of Riker, Sven and Katia. We had a great time.
We did a hop-on, hop-off bus, which I love doing because it takes you around the city and tells you the highlights of everything. So
it's great because you can hop off and have lunch and get back on and ride to different parts, and you don't have to worry about parking and all kinds of things. And Toronto reminded me a lot of Houston. It had a lot of similar architecture and kind of the same age, I think.
Yeah, and a lot of newer buildings.
Yeah, and the neighborhoods, like inner city neighborhoods, looked very similar. And then one of the stops was Chinatown, so we got off in Chinatown, which was a lot like Chinatown in Houston.
Yeah.
And we stopped for lunch and went to had dim sum. And dim sum, I don't know if you don't know, is kind of like a Chinese brunch where they bring around little dishes and little serving plates by cart. And lunch was great. It was very good.
I don't know. We're trying to decide which market to go to.
You want to go to Kensington Market, which is around there, or you want to go to the St. Lawrence Market, which is stop 14.
Are we flipping coins or what?
Well, we are leaving Penetanguishene Harbor and headed out into Georgian Bay. We stayed at Heinsohn Marina in Penetanguishene for about a week. We did some boat projects, we got some work done, and we are ready to go again. It was a great marina. We were able to be there a couple of days with no agenda before they left, and then we were there with Riker the rest of the time, and they're staying a little longer, I think. So we are headed out into the bay. So Georgian Bay straight ahead of us. We're going about 10 miles, I think Chris said today, to an anchorage. We haven't anchored in a while, so we're excited. I'm excited to see all the beauty of the Georgian Bay. Everyone we've spoken to around here has warned us that we need to stay in the channel.
And they have a special channel called a small boat channel for, pleasure boats to go.
Yeah, and they're really well marked. So even though you are right beside rocks, you're in the channel, and so it helped with my nerves a little bit.
Yeah, it's beautiful though.
Yes. All right, the 2 boats that were here in the anchorage with us, we've been here probably less than an hour. They were wrapped it up. They're leaving. I think their anchor's stuck though. She's working it. So this is our first time doing a stern tie. look at the babies. So Chris took the dinghy and he is on shore. Looks like he's barefooted. And he's about to tie off to something on shore so that our stern doesn't swing. The stern's the back end of the boat.
This is kind of an offshoot of Long Bay. And we've anchored up here. This is our first day on Georgian Bay after we left Penetach. And where that sailboat was anchored, there was 2 express cruisers there this morning or noon when we got here. Anchored up, but not soon after we got here they left. And this sailboat came in about an hour ago. But you can see we're in a beautiful, pristine Georgian Bay environment. Well, we're out on the dinghy and here in Long Bay.
This is out in the opening of the bay. And you can see that there's houses on these little islands. And how big, how big this is getting.
It's kind of a gloomy day, but we took a big long dinghy ride and couldn't really find a beach where the rocks weren't too slippery to get out. But the ones right by the boat are pretty nice, so we just came over here and now we're having our little lunch. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Sounded good.
It does. Okay, so Laura's first lesson on how to drive the outboard. Okay, go put it in gear forward. Go. And just putter around until you get used to it.
This is as slow as it'll go, right? This is idle or whatever.
This is idle. Where are you going? Where are you going?
It's going to do a circle.
No, don't go anywhere near the boat. You haven't learned how to drive it. Go faster. Just be careful. Go faster, faster. Well, been scrubbing the bottom of the boat. Getting all the scum off. All the scum. It's not perfect, but in the water, and all the mustaches off. And I'm wearing a life jacket. Put my legs through the armholes and it holds me up. But you see up front where the mustache was? All good. The water line is hard to get because the soap doesn't gets diluted. But look at that. Looks great. Okay, now the other side. And if you don't remember what it looked like on the other side, go around that way. So there's the other side. That's the intercoastal waterway mustache, as they call it. But up here in the Great Lakes, the water's clear. So I just waited till I got up here, and we'll wipe this side off, scrub it off. I went ashore here. Laura stayed in the dinghy. No trail for her to follow, so she's going to take pictures. But here's our little cove. We tried to go out in the bay out there straight ahead, but it was a little bit rough out there for us, so we came back in. And I'm gonna, it's a fire pit. People made a fire here. I'm told there are rattlesnakes here, so you have to be careful. But been around rattlers before. It's my first real trip into Canadian wilderness. We call this wilderness. Well, wandered around. I didn't see anything. There's no signs of life. There's no squirrels. There's no birds. It's beautiful here. It's quiet and cool. But I don't understand it. I don't understand why there's... You can listen. Can't even hear a bird. No lizards, no turtles, no birds. You can see the striations here. This is from the glaciers back in the Ice Age, flowing, coming this way from the north and going back up, receding. They just gouge out these lines. You can really see it here. Ooh, I hear a crow way off in the distance. Okay, let's go find Laura. I'm guessing these blue things are trail markers. You really see the gouges there. There's Laura.
So we spent a few days in our anchorage at Long Bay. We met everyone that came into the anchorage. We were the only loopers there. Everyone else were locals. And we had drinks with one of the couples one night. We went swimming. We went on dinghy rides. So it was a really, really nice time there. So we left after a few days and are headed to Sanssouci Island. and Henry's Fish Camp. We're really taking our time while we're here. We have the whole month of August to get to Mackinac Island, and so we figure we'll take our time, enjoy the beautiful scenery that we're seeing, and it's a great place just to get kind of stuck here for a little while, but it's a great place to be stuck.
Yeah, I don't really call it stuck. We're trying real hard to get here.
Yeah.
Well, we are at Henry's Fish Camp in Sans Souci, and you can see this little channel here coming in by this island is where we came from Long Bay, where we spent 3 or 4 days, and it's really pretty up here. There's a summer camp over straight ahead there, and here's Henry's Fish Camp. It has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these long piers here, and a little picnic table where everybody's sitting around. And this is the restaurant here where the people tell us they seat 800 tables a day, and you cannot drive here. You can only get here by boat and seaplane.
I was playing around with the GoPro and just showing you how clear this water is. It's probably 10 or 12 feet deep here. It's deep. And then I saw a turtle from the surface walking around on a rock, so I put the GoPro down into the water, and I couldn't see the turtle under him. And I guess they were mating. I didn't see that turtle. I just could see the turtle on the top. I didn't notice it until I did the video.
Well, we had lunch. We stayed for lunch the next day at Henry's Fish Camp, and it was really good. We hadn't had fish and chips in a while. We're in anticipation of this place.
I'm going. Undo the white one.
There were no rocks. Well, that's what I said. I just looked up. Careful, guys.
Hey, what did I already say, guys? What did I already say? We're at the next table.
Okay.
Be good. Have fun, guys. Bye-bye.
Safe travels to you.
You guys must really like each other to stay on a boat. I will be on the mountain, not come up here.
So we spent the night at Henry's Fish Restaurant, and we are now almost to Parry Sound. The travel today was gorgeous, and we're waiting on a swing bridge. I know I say this every week, but it just gets prettier and prettier. The Georgian Bay is just gorgeous so far, and we're looking forward to the North Channel. As we're going through all these little islands, the internet that we have is a little spotty, so we're not able to get our videos out as quickly as we have before or on such a schedule. So we apologize, but we get them up as the internet allows us to. Well, we've reached our 1,000th subscriber, and we want to thank you very much for your for following us and coming with us along on our journey. Please, any comments or questions that you have. We love getting those. We're going to do another question and answer here pretty soon, we think, as well. If you have any suggestions about places that we should anchor up here or go to, we would love to hear about that in the Georgian Bay. So please join us next week as we travel through Parry Sound and travel on.